Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen, with Teach Me Nana today. And I'm also venture stamping, right? So life is an adventure, every day's an adventure. So today we're going to do some really cute little treat boxes, right? And it is the sweet and spooky. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you some tips of things I ran into to make it easier, all right? So with that, let's go down the hands because it's right in our back door. Seems like, right? Without even trying. So here's what I'm going to show you today. Let's put that right there for the moment. Take that light spot off. All right, looky here. These are really cute, and they're really not as difficult to make. But I'm just going to show you a couple of tricks as we make it, how it makes it just a little bit easier. So it is live, and we do have people here at our house doing some painting and stuff and all. So you might hear that, but that's just what it's about. Okay? In addition to that, if you haven't seen it, yes, we have a Halloween mystery craft box. We only have a few left, so if you're interested, it's in the comments there. That if you go scroll down, you'll see that's information's there. So that's coming right around the corner, the deadline and all. Just got a few left. All right, let's show you how to do this. I'm going to start off with this one first, right? And I'm going to show you some things they call for. So you do get instructions, just like a paper pumpkin kit or any other kit. All right, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that I ran into. Just makes it a little bit easier because they do tell you, and I'll show you right here. Let's see if you can see that. It says right there. It shows you the photo of the creases there and there. Well, you need to do one other thing that makes it a little bit easier and better, and I'll show you what that is and how that is. All right, so let's start with this one first because this is the one I did first, and this one was like, okay, it wasn't doing the way I wanted to do. So the first thing they have you do is we're going to come up here, right here, and right here I'm going to go ahead and put my tear and tape on here. So yes, you have tear and tape. Everything comes in the kit that you need. And so that makes it easier, right? That's the one thing about kits that makes it so easy for you. And we're going to put this here. So actually this kit has a total of 15 in here. So like for me, for example, I do senior homes, right? And I sit there so I can make this for them. And then I have over 150 trick-or-treaters. All right, so the simplest way to do this is go ahead and fold this over like this here, okay? And go ahead and take it off. For me, it's all about making life simple for us. You know what? Before I do that, here's what I didn't do the first time, and we're going to do it right now. So see this part here with the roofs and everything on? This is the part we want to go ahead and get the crease over here a second. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. Okay, now I'm going to go back and show you the shortcut here. There. All right, so we're just going to take this. All you got to do is take this over like this and put it down like that. So don't worry about fussing with it, right? Because that's all you got to do, and it's going to be stuck. Alright, so we fold our crease lines here, and we're going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to show you the thing about the roof. Alright, so what you know is you're going to fold it in, and the one that's got the tape on it, right, is going to go underneath, and this other side is going to complete the box. You know, sometimes it depends what time I got, how much sleep I got, and stuff like that. What's going on? I like things that are easy. Okay, now let me show you what's going to happen here. This is going to fold so the roof is up. Let's see if I got it good enough or not. All right. See how that comes out nice and crisp right there? So when I didn't fold this over the first time, it sat there and it didn't have the crease there, right? And it was like buckling. It was, I guess you'd call it buckling in. It wasn't like squaring off. So if you want to square it off, go ahead and fold those across first in the very beginning, and that way you got it on the crease line. It really pops out really nice, just like this, right? It looks just like a milk carton. All right, so let's look at the rest of the stuff that we're going to be adding here as well too, because they tell you to use 15 inches of ribbon, and I'm going to show you how much ribbon that is because it's a lot of ribbon, but they got everything right here for you. So I'm just pulling these out. I do like it. They make it easy, right? So there's no stamping in here. Everything's already done for you. So all you do is to poke these out. Now these do have little holes in them. And I would tell you, it makes it easier to sit there and get the ribbon through if I still got to get a pumpkin in I use this here, the little holes, so you don't really have to worry about lining this up, right? So if you're concerned about getting it off or whatever else, you don't have to. All you gotta do is line up these little holes, and it'll be perfect for pinning in your ribbon, right? So to show you how, you're just gonna sit there and take this one here, and we're gonna put a dimensional back here. Just take those little, you don't need those for anything, right? So they just have you putting this in the center, and all you have to do is just line up the holes, right? So I'm just gonna line up my holes right here, and it just saves for you, right? When you go and put it all together, because you can feed that ribbon right through there. And we're gonna do the same thing with this right here. They show you to put the, I'm not sure why they decided to put things where they put them, but hey, you know what? I'm just following the instructions. But the nice thing is, what I would always encourage you to do is at least make one, right? So you can see how it goes. Or like me, when I sat there and did it, I saw that I had issues. Again, I'm going to line up the holes here, and there you go. So I always like to do one before I go exploring and creating something totally different or whatever. I like to at least do it one time, and that way that we have it made just like they did, and then go alter it as much as you want from there. Okay, so here's this. Now let me show you what 15 inches of their trim looks like. And I would tell you, like this one here, when this is 15 inches, following their directions, as this is how long it is, right? I can trim it off, and that's how long it is. This one here, I doubled up the ribbon, and I just tied a bow with it, all right? And that's what I'm going to do again right here, because I can mess with that and have that come down. So let's go ahead and follow their directions. So this kit makes 15, right? So I'll make a kit or two, right, to take care of my senior people. And then what I have left over, lots of times I'll give them to like the younger kids. Because I don't have that many like little kids that come by anymore. Like I say, we're about 3 years old, 4 years old. They're all growing up. So I usually say that something like this for them, because they usually just have just one little bag, and they only have a couple of pieces in there. So I'll sit there and do that. And you're just gonna feed it through here. Let's see, I did it before with no big deal. All right, let's see here. Line up the holes. You know what? If it doesn't work this way, then I'll just do it the other way, because I did it earlier and before, and I had no qualms, right? There you go. And do I have both of them? I have both of them. Okay. So you see I've got both of them here. Now this one is wanting to do that for me, but that did not happen when I did it previously. That's okay. We're just going to take this, we're going to tie it in a bow. Just like we would a regular bow, right? Except I just doubled it up. And I see that it did that right there, but you know what? It doesn't matter, right? The kiddos look more at what's in their treat box, right? They're always comparing to see who got what. So for me, because I know I have so many kids come by, and there I have. See, I have it right there. And if I want to, I can just clip that right there. But for me, that was better than having 15 inches just hanging down. All right, the other thing that we get into here is when you go to put this on, this thing is like really, really tight. And that's why if you look at the directions, it shows that, see how they got the paper clip there? Because this is so tight, it doesn't want to open up to put this together. See how it's got to open up for this as well too, is how they've got it. So just take something. I'm just going to take my spatula, and I'm just, if I can, I usually did my fingernails earlier. I just need to come and open up a little bit, right? I don't have to have a whole lot. I just need something just to give it a little give, so I can get to it easier. See, you can bend it a little bit more. And then what they have you doing here is we're going to turn around, and we're just going to put this, doesn't matter, right there is in the front or back. They both look the same on both sides. And I'm just going to take it like this. And then what it does is what allows you to sit there and put candy or whatever here. Now let's see if I told you that. Hold on. All right. Let's see, we got that there. Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I mean, I have to start getting ready. I mean, in fact, my husband, I had him get him to the Love of My Life. He went and got me candy yesterday at one of our stores that sells them in big bulks. Okay, see how that's going to go? So that's going to actually hold it together so you can take it apart and sit there and add your candy, take it from there as well. It's just that cute and easy to make, right? But just you're going to have to separate that because it comes in really, really tight. The only other thing we have here is we have a cute little ghost that's very sparkly. Let me get him. Put it on here with just one-dimensional. And the next one I'm going to show you too is like sort of interesting, right? All right, so I'm going to have it. We're going to have it right here. And if you want to put this up on a wobble, you could, right? Wobbles are fun. You have just put it up here with a dimensional. But that would be another cute way to do it, right? Is just put a wobble on there. And then watch it wobble. And you're just going to put that little ghost there. Now, see, that was cute and easy, right? It's just look to the shortcuts and how to sit there and make it easy for yourself when you do this. And it does have bling. So each one has a little bit more bling than the other. But it just gives it the extra sparkle, right? So yes, right, think about it. If you sit there and you make a few now, or just a few each week, right? Because we have cards for kids in the hospital. We'll make things too, but you can make these into cards as well. So there you go. All right, I can visualize cutting this up and making a card. So you can do whatever you want to do. All right, let's do the other one that I wanted to show you that had a little bit to it too. It's just not that much difference, right? There's just a few little things. Same thing. I did this on all of them, right? So I went ahead and let's go ahead and do the score lines for forget, right? So go ahead and take this and flip it over, and you'll know which one it is because when you look on the back side here, you can see how it looks like it's got a roof, just like the other one. See those lines? And that's what you want to make sure. That's the side you want to be sure to get the crease on really good. And the bottom pieces, right, because this is the bottom of the box, you want to make sure you get those all folded over and creased well. And then the sides here, this is going to give it a nice, sharp, crisp edge, right? And that's what it's all about here when you go and put this together. All right, so now we're going to do just like we did the other one. We can sit there and put our tear and tape here. So yeah, so even if you're having a party at your house, right? Somebody said the other day that kids, you know, they didn't really encourage kids to trick-or-treating and all. Well, I do pass it on scripture cards for Halloween. Since we have 150 kids come through here. As my husband said yesterday, because if you touch at least one life, I said that is so true. All right, so I do that. And you know, a lot of the kids, like, you know, like last year, the older kids might still do some scary looking stuff, but I would have to tell you, the younger kids are all about their superheroes nowadays, right? Or Elsa, or whoever that may be. And it might not be a superhero, just somebody they like, right? So it's a character, whether it's one of the superheroes like Thor and Superman, and I can't say I've seen Aquaman. And granted, a lot of it depends what's going on at the movie theaters too sometimes, right? But yeah, so all of them come by, so it's, you know, it's more like they're doing their superheroes, which is all nice and cute. All right. It's always in Spider-Man, right? It's always like, you know, when they come by and you say, hi, Spider-Man, or hi, Thor. All right, see how it's the same way, but see how just doing that, folding that over gives you just a nice, easier, much crisper edge right there. All right, so let's show you what's a little bit different here. This one's got, it looks like a toothpick. It is a toothpick, I think. And what you're going to do with this, it's just a little different, but it's cute, right? And it's not that hard. Is they've actually got it scored right here, right? So go ahead and fold on that score line. And I originally, when I did mine, it was upside down. I did upside down, so I had to go back and do it again. So when we go to put our toothpick here for our banner, we got to just make sure which direction we're doing it in, right? Pay attention to what we got going on. So basically everything's exactly the same, right? It's the same fold. It's just got different paper, different cardstock, and that's what we're doing. When you go into this, you just want to sit there and open it up just like this. And I thought this was really neat. I was trying to think what else I could do stuff with like this. You know, I did my first one, because so when you put it right here, it's gonna be caught into the whole, all that adhesive right there, and it's gonna stay. And there's your banner. How cute is that? All right, so this here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna build it. So we had this much bigger ghost. Let me find the ghost. Here's the ghost. So this ghost is bigger. All right, so it's gonna be on the tag. So if you're not sure, all you do is look at the pictures and look at the instructions ahead of time, and you'll see. So we're using this. We're using the purple one, purplish looking one here. All right, and then we're using the black tag with stars. Yeah, so this is just cute and fun, right? It's just cute and easy and fun. I'm going to do the same thing like I did a while ago. I'm just going to take this here and poke through the hole, because that's where our thread's going to go. Oop. I want to create a bigger hole. And same thing here. So see how this one's all centered to the side here? And it's designed that way if you look at the instruction on the front of the box. So yes, it's just going to be just like that. And see how it's going to go like that. It's going to be over to the side a little bit, but it blends in with the box. See how it looks right there? So it's intentionally done that way. So still do like you did for the other one. We're just going to sit there and line those up. And I'm just going to put it one over here to the right side, right? Because only the right side is going to line up. Again, just line your holes up, because that's where your thread's going to go through. Or your twine, what are you going to call it? All right, so we have that there. And now we're going to put our ghost right over here to the side. And again, they're just using one dimensionals on these. So you just want to make sure it's on to the side that's going to be attached to the tag. And then we're just going to sit up there and, right, just eyeball it. We don't have to like measure it out or anything, right? It's all about just having fun and you're creative. So just think about where things are going to land, right? So that's going to decide where you're, if you're not sure, how's it going to land, how's it going to look. All right, because we're just putting on here where it looks like this here. Okay, and then this one, they actually just put one bling right here. Right down there. Goes with all the other stars. And then we're going to come up here, and we're going to have it where they have us putting just a dimensional back here on the back. Down toward the left bottom over here. Just sort of helps keep it there, right? All right, so I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to double this up again just to show you the difference, because the first one I did it really long, like they had it done. Let's see here. So I'm just measuring it out. Okay. I'm going to do just like I did a minute ago. I'm just going to double it up. All right, let's see if I have better success this time. Sticking it through. Originally, it was no big deal. I just stuck it through, and it was like, ta-ta, there we go, just like that. All right, so again, we're just taking it, just like we're just making a single bow, right? We just doubled it so it wouldn't be so long. I mean, I don't mind a long bow. It's just that was like really long. And for me, I could make a double bow, or I could cut it shorter and have more bows, right? All right, let's get this here. And you can just trim off the tail like we did a minute ago and split that end that we folded in half. You want the exact same look as the other side. All right? So it just gives us some extra little bow there. And I'm not worried about it. I didn't sit there and do it originally. We do need our other paper clip. All right. So when I did this, they just have you lining it up to the top like this. Okay? And I just sort of centered it. I sort of centered the black, right? So centered the black, because that's the real focus here. And you're going to have a little bit of that on each side. That just helps us stay there. And again, we're going to do the same thing. One reason I didn't use my fingernail last time is I hate to, sometimes I break my fingernails, right? Okay, so that one I was able to do a little bit easier and better. So you sit there and just flip it like this. And we're going to hold it like that. And it's ready to sit there and put your candy in there. Alright, so they're just easy to make. There's a third one. Doesn't mean I couldn't make it, right? I just didn't make it yet. But there you go. They're just really easy to make. They're cute and fun. So just like I said, just make sure when you do this, go ahead and fold this over. If you want to use your bone folder or whatever, something to get those creases there. It just gives it a sharper look there. If you don't do it, it wants to go inwards, right? Bow inwards. So when you crease it and crease the edges, you'll get nice sharp edges just like that. And same thing here. You get the nice crisp sharp edges there, and that's what you're really wanting. But you can put a lot of candy in here. You can put cookies in here, right? I have some cookies that are in 2 packs that you can do, right, for parties and so forth. So they all fit. You can put a lot of stuff in this box, or as little as much as you want. I do pass it on cards, so my pass it on cards will fit in here as well too. So I hope you enjoy that, right? With things coming up, with the holidays and everything coming up, it's always about, can we make something quick? Can it be easy? Can it be cute, right? Sort of, we got all those type of things, and finding things that can do that for you and make it life easier to get you ready for some kind of event, whether it's Halloween, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, right? It's about how can we make something quick and easy, it's cute, and it's thoughtful, and you can give it to someone. So that's what it's all about, right? And this is very easy to do. So go out there, right? Create, share, and give, and start getting ready for all the different things that are fixing to happen, right? Because this is like the busiest time of the year. So with that, be blessed. Have an amazing week. I want to thank you for supporting us not only here on Facebook, but also supporting us on YouTube and Instagram. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.